What is the next phase for AI, especially when it comes to blockchain? Today we'll break it down for you. My name is Paul Barron. Welcome back to the Tech Path. Let's get started. I do want to thank our sponsor, and that is Uphold. This is a place where you guys can go out there, start your trading journey, and it's one of the coolest places because they go out and find the best price for you on your tokens. So it's very easy to get set up. Use our link down below. You're going to get some special offers, and it's a super fun way to get it. They actually do some things where they give you advance notice on some of the listings they've got. Some pretty cool tools. Check it out over at uphold.com. All right, let's go over to a couple of points I want to hit on with AI. One of them, of course, is coming in on the initial rescissions of the harmful executive orders and actions that were all taking place. One of the biggest ones that they hit on was an executive order that goes all the way down here called 14.110. And basically this was to kind of slow down AI. This is what the Biden administration was doing. Well, that has all changed. Now we have literally unleashed AI. So we now have a new executive order that's going to open up the innovation. And remember that you got David Sachs, the crypto czar and AI czar that is in Trump's ear talking about all of this. So he is a very Silicon Valley guy, an investment guy for a lot of this tech that's moving out. So could we see this start to flow over into crypto? We think so. Here's a tweet right here talking about RIOT, which is shifting some of their Bitcoin mining over to AI and some of the initiatives that are happening for what they are planning to do going forward. Now, could this mean that a lot of Bitcoin miners could see this as an opportunity and start to shift away from that, especially for validation purposes? Does this put any pressure on transactions for Bitcoin? Keep that one up and continue to watch it. I want to go to a clip real quick. This clip will get into a little bit more detail of what Ray Dalio thinks and where AI's boom could come from. Take a look.
The disruptors, the AI and so on, I don't think it's been carried down to the applications of AI. In other words, the uses of AI.
Right.
So if you're watching, as I'm watching around the world, and by the way, it's very interesting, what's going on in China with AI in terms of applications, other places. The applications of AI are under discounted, I think.
But that means you would be long this market right now?
No, I have to be diversified. I don't want any particular right now. I don't want to be overextended on an alpha. And also, I would say one thing is, I don't think we think enough about what's alternative money.
Give me some alternatives to what's alternative money right now.
Okay, gold is an alternative money.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a very effective diversifier. So if we're dealing with some Bitcoin.
All right, so Dalio hits on a couple of key points there, is that it's the applications that eventually are going to make this boom occur. He also said another key point there, and that is the alternative to money. Well, if you think about all of the reporting we've done on render, we think that might be the alternative to where some of this is going. Because remember that GPUs might be the next era of new gold. Yes, I know that. That's why a lot of companies that are starting to build on, whether it's mining, building AI applications, GPUs may very well become one of the key things going forward. So with Dalio hitting on China, you got to look at what Tencent is doing right here with the advanced text to 3D synthesis system. This is coming over from them. And one of the things you have to look at is how they're going about this. So shape generation, eventually the modeling, texture synthesis, basically building a new 3D modeling system. Now, it's not necessarily all that tuned in. So like a lot of the AI, we see those holes missing in a lot of these videos and images that are being produced. But I think it is one of those things that we're going to continue to see booming. And if you look at how they're registering their success rate, they do it based off of these star histories. And of course, this is a good example of one of those projects. This is Tencent and their project continuing to skyrocket there in terms of the star usage. Other things that are happening, if you kind of zoom in on this just a little bit, you can kind of start to see the missing things. You know, that rocket kind of not necessarily fully composited, this guy without a face. It's typical of what's happening in AI. So is this a big breakthrough? I don't know just yet. Many people are looking at this along with so many different tools. The application, somebody is going to become the next, Instagrammable type concept that gets sucked up by some of these big companies. I think that is going to be something that will play out in this. One thing to compare against is the United States, because the United States right now is leading the way, but China is right behind. And I think that's what Trump is trying to do, is to get ahead of what the Chinese are doing, but also globally. So most used system out there when you look at OpenAI and others, Llama, of course, has kind of led the way here going forward. A couple other points I want to get at, and that, of course, is AI agents. Now, this is something because we've talked about Virtual's protocol. This is where blockchain comes in. And I think this could become the place where a lot of this innovation is going to occur. And with Virtuals, you got to look at some of the activity that's been happening. They shifted away around a little bit of how they're actually making money, because a lot of the value of what Virtuals is doing was eventually going to the chain, but now it's going much more into the creators themselves, the AI agents. So you can kind of see this right here from the shift to agent. Let me kind of zoom in on that for you guys so you can kind of see a little bit closer. So agent revenue daily versus protocol revenue daily starting to shift right there, which could be good for Virtual's AI, and I think this could be the thing that breaks them loose in terms of an expansion, because the key here is going to be cool apps starting to be able to use a lot of these platforms. The other thing that could happen is right here, if you look at the DEX volume, you'll see right here you've got Base and Sol, but if they start to go, Virtual starts to go multi-chain, this could really accelerate in terms of overall volume. So again, another potential boom incoming for some of these crypto projects. And we've been talking about AI agents for quite some time. Of course, if you look at Virtuals, what their strategy is to become the new Shopify for Virtuals, and this is where G.A.M.E over on Virtuals is going to play into this. So this will be a managed service for anybody that wants to spin up an agent and get rolling on it. Think of it Shopify, build your own agent. Maybe it's going to have a tool or a utility. That is a pretty cool function. One thing to note when you look at Virtuals, if you look at AIXBT holding at about 596 million, then you got Toshi flying up to the number 2 spot. One of the reasons, Coinbase listing. Remember, Coinbase not listing Virtuals just yet. So still a lot of upside going for all of these. So one of the things that we're watching, this is going to get a little bit technical, but they're using frameworks, and Eliza is one of the frameworks in which this all takes place on. If you look at some of the activity, I'll zoom in on this. This right here is Virtuals down here in the pink, okay? Look how the difference is. That's Eliza. So the potential here, in fact, they're using this framework, could be big. So what does this mean for you guys? Well, a couple that you could be watching. One of those that uses Eliza is Fix's World. And Fix's World we've talked about before. It had not completed its bonding curve. It has done that, which means this is going to be a live token soon. So we're going to be watching that one very closely. All right, if you look at gaming, remember that the Saga phone is getting ready to move, Solana phone, getting ready to move to launching AI agents. It's possible we could see other devices going in this direction. This is just showing the Sweet Play, their OX1, mainly because of what they're doing with some of their AI tools. Their most recent tweet right here, Sui AI, is officially listed now on CoinMarketCap. Now, Sui is one of our channel partners, but it's just the beginning. We take the next steps into bringing AI agents to the massive Sui network. So could it be starting to look at the gaming sector out there? One other network you got to watch, of course, is Avalanche. They partner with Aethir. This is a new kind of dynamic duo for AI growth, what they stay there. But basically, you got a $100 million fund that is now out there for the ecosystem to build on. So another big opportunity going forward. One of the other things that we're watching here on Avalanche has been AI 9000, and what they're talking about here is that the launch pad potentially goes live pretty soon, so get ready for that. That's another one to keep a close eye on. Snapshot also being taken here, so if you're holding AI 9000, look for some airdrop potentials down the road. Looking at the AI 9000 chart, you can kind of see a little bit of the movement here. Again, this is the Avalanche ecosystem for AI, so good opportunities here. It's starting to take a little bit of a move here on the 4 hour, so one that we are watching. All right, so AI is going to need a way to kind of get into the physical space. And one of the big areas that physical space is going to be is mapping. UOMI network, this is going to be one of the connectors. Of course, this is tied in with Over. You've heard us talk about that one. But don't forget, the UOMI token is going to be launching here in February, so keep an eye on that one. Then you get into Over. Over is the potential here, I think, for especially around mapping. So that's another opportunity. And one of the cool things about Over and this partnership is that if you stake Over, which is now live, you're going to be earning daily rewards on the UOMI system. So again, all of this connecting around real-world use case for AI, and this is where blockchain ties in. So a lot of cool stuff moving out there right now. Don't forget, Meta's getting ready to launch their, or announce, I should say, their holiday sales. Most likely we'll see a big boom. I anticipate that we're going to see unbelievable numbers that will cause Meta's stock price to go up. This, of course, is in reference to the Meta Quest 3. all AR, VR. So again, more AI use cases. All right, let's jump over to the XRP ecosystem. You look at liquidity, the opportunity here. The root network is the potential here for the tie-in of AI. Agent.run is going to be the place that you're going to start seeing some of this take place. And remember, the XRP could have one of the most deep liquidity opportunities for this to grow. So keep an eye on root network. All right, jumping over to Render. This, of course, is one of the proposals. What they're trying to do here is to allow AI agents to seamlessly interact with the Render network without requiring people. And this will do everything from seamless uploads, job submissions, etc. This could also give more advantage into Render going into the use case for AI. Look at what's happening though. They may do some announcements. Let me kind of zoom in on that right there. Mark your calendar there. RenderCon is coming. And this is happening here, I think it's in April. So be on the lookout for that as well. One other thing to compare here is look at the valuation of a rando meme coin. I shouldn't say rando, a big meme coin, but one that is very young. And then Render Network, which essentially could be the very platform that a lot of this stuff is going to ride on in the future. This is why Render still is very, very undervalued going forward. So, all right, let's end up here with the chart, and I'll just take a look at Render. There's a lot of tokens in here. Go back through. We'll try to timestamp as many as we can, but Render is the one to watch. And of course, a nice little move here on the 4 hour, couple of moves up where we've had some pretty good gains on this. But if you look out on the daily and look at Render overall, it has had a little bit of an adjustment where it came off that top at around 10 bucks. That's what I'm watching for. Could it make it back? Sure. A lot of this AI, I think, initiative is where most of these altcoins are going to start moving. Let's jump over to virtuals real quick. This is the daily, so it has had a pretty good regress down here. So maybe this is the opportunity for virtuals to take an entry right here. This one I'd be a little bit cautious on. This could get back around the 180, possibly around that 220 mark, where you could be looking at either an entry or an exit, depending on where you are on your virtuals trade right now. So again, there's a lot of them in the system right now. AI 9000, go back and take a look at that one. I like that one as well on the Avax ecosystem. Sui AI just getting ready to launch, maybe some things happening there, as well as what we're going to see in the XRP ecosystem. So all of that, check it out. Go back and kind of do your homework, really start to understand where some of these opportunities might come from. If you're not in the Diamond Circle, get in right now. It's a very easy thing to do. Just click on the link down below. Follow me out there on X @Paul Barron. We'll catch you next time right here on TechPath.